Real butter versus vegan butter. Is one a better option from a nutrient density perspective?
Oh, that's really interesting. I would need to actually look up the Nutrivore scores of vegan butter to know for sure. So let me actually do that. So I looked up the Nutrivore scores of a vegetable oil spread, so margarine with butter flavor, which is what vegan butter is, and compared that to butter from dairy, from cow's milk. And it turns out that the vegan butter is a little bit more nutrient dense than butter. So the different options that I have complete enough nutrition data sets to calculate the Nutrivore score, a measurement of total nutrients per calorie. For vegan butters, they're kind of around 100. So 96 to 105, like in that range. Whereas butter is somewhere between like 57 and 66, again, sort of depending on exactly what type of butter you have, whether or not it's salted. So that is about 50% more nutrient dense, but not objectively nutrient dense. So you are getting some essential fats that are in that calculation, some monounsaturated fats that go into that calculation, a little bit of vitamin A that go into that calculation, some cool things like the butter has conjugated linoleic acid, which is a really health promoting fat that goes into that calculation. But these are foods that overall are less nutrient dense than we want our entire diet. So a Nutrivore score somewhere around 150, 160 means that a food is supplying more nutrients than calories to the overall diet. So a Nutrivore score around 60 to 100 is a food that is supplying more calories than nutrients to our diet. So that's where both butter and vegan butter fall. It's also worth noting that hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are what make like margarine or vegan butter solid, those are saturated fats. So they take the unsaturated fats that are in vegetable oil, they bombard them with hydrogen until the entire fat molecule has all the hydrogens it could possibly fit in it. That is not a trans fat. Trans fats are partially hydrogenated, and those are not allowed to be added to food anymore in North America. So instead, it's fully hydrogenated, which turns that fat not into a trans fat, but instead into a saturated fat. So vegan butter has less saturated fat than margarine, but studies do show that substituting either margarine or butter, so vegan butter or regular butter with vegetable oils does reduce cardiovascular disease risk factors, and that's probably due to the saturated fat content.